The whisper under the blanket. The ship floated in silence above the dead world. Its metal hull was cracked open like a broken bone, bleeding wires and vapor into the dark. The rescue lights from the human vessel Frontier Dawn swept across the wreckage, revealing twisted corridors and shattered glass. Sergeant Daniel Cole led his squad through the wreck. His boots clanged against the deck as dust drifted in the beam of his helmet light. "Stay sharp," he ordered. "No readings, no movement, but don't trust dead silence." The alien ship was unlike anything he'd seen. Smooth, organic walls pulsing faintly as if once alive. Whatever had happened here, it had ended fast. Burn marks streaked across the corridor, and strange black stains marked where bodies had once been. "Sir?" came a voice through his comms. "Got a heat source. Weak, but still there." Cole followed Private Harris to a collapsed chamber. Metal panels hung from the ceiling like torn skin. In the corner, half covered by debris, lay a small shape wrapped in a silvery emergency blanket. Harris knelt beside it. "Looks like a survivor." Cole's pulse quickened. It was rare, almost impossible, to find life in wrecks like these. "Check vitals." As Harris reached out, the blanket moved slightly. A tiny hand, thin with faintly glowing veins, gripped his wrist. A whisper escaped from under the cloth. "Kill me!" Harris froze. What did she just say? Cole's visor displayed a faint life sign, weak heartbeat, shallow breathing. He leaned closer, his breath misting inside his helmet. "Repeat that," he said softly. The shape under the blanket trembled. The same weak voice came again, trembling, pleading. "Please, kill me!" Cole felt the hairs rise on his neck. He motioned for Harris to step back and slowly lifted the blanket. Underneath was a small alien girl, maybe 12 by human standards. Her skin was pale gray, marked with faint blue lines that glowed like veins of light. Her eyes were large, silver, and full of tears. But what made Cole freeze wasn't her face. It was what was growing out of her chest. Metal tendrils, thin, almost vine-like, curled from beneath her collarbones, pulsing faintly. They were fused to her skin, moving slightly, like they were breathing with her. One tendril was attached to the floor, sinking into the ship itself. Harris stepped back, horrified. "Sir, she's connected to the ship." Cole didn't speak. The alien girl opened her mouth again, voice cracking with pain. "It hurts, please. End it." Her words hit him like a hammer. She wasn't threatening, not dangerous, just terrified. He could see she had been crying for hours, maybe days. Cole's hand hovered near his holster. Protocol was clear. If a life form showed signs of infection or fusion, you didn't take chances. But something about her, her trembling voice, the way she looked at him, stopped him. Instead, he knelt down. "Hey, you're safe now. We're here to help," she flinched. "Help? You can't. It's inside me." "What is?" Her eyes flickered with terror. "The hive, it uses us." Before he could ask more, a low vibration ran through the floor. The alien ship groaned and lights flickered along the walls. The metal tendrils attached to the girl pulsed faster, as if responding to something unseen. Cole grabbed his comm. "Command, we need immediate evac. We have a survivor, possible contamination." Static answered him. Then, silence. The ship's lights dimmed. The air filled with a faint hum that seemed alive. Cole turned back to the girl, but her gaze was fixed on something behind him. "They're coming," she whispered. "What's coming?" "The ones who made me." Then the metal floor split open with a crack, and something began to move beneath them. Cole raised his rifle. The blanket slipped from the girl's shoulders as her eyes glowed brighter. For a moment, the entire wreck trembled, and a strange whispering sound filled the air, like hundreds of voices calling from the walls. Cole's team shouted through comms, trying to regroup, but he couldn't look away. The alien girl's light grew stronger, her expression frozen between fear and pain. "Kill me!" she begged one last time, and then the floor burst open. The floor burst open.
The hidden truth. The floor split open with a deafening screech of metal. Sparks burst through the cracks as something slithered underneath the wreck chamber. Cole grabbed the alien girl and pulled her back, shouting, "Move, move!" Harris and the others raised their rifles, scanning the shadows. But the movement stopped as suddenly as it had started. The hum faded. Silence returned. Cole's heart pounded. He checked the girl. She was breathing fast, terrified, her eyes darting around. "We're getting out of here," he said firmly. The team made their way through the broken corridors, carrying her on a stretcher. Every few seconds, the ship groaned, like it was alive and watching them. When they finally reached the airlock, Cole breathed out in relief. Once aboard the Frontier Dawn, they sealed the doors behind them. The decontamination lights flashed across their armor. Cole removed his helmet, his face slick with sweat. "Medical bay now," he ordered. Inside the med bay, bright white lights replaced the darkness of the wreck. The alien girl blinked, dazed by the sudden brightness. Dr. Evelyn Shaw, the ship's medic, approached carefully, scanning her with a portable device. "Her vitals are unstable," Shaw muttered, heart rate fluctuating. "But this isn't normal biology. Look at this." The monitor displayed her anatomy, part organic, part machine. Thin metal filaments wrapped around her heart, pulsing in rhythm with it. Her blood seemed to carry both oxygen and some kind of nanofluid. "What is that?" Harris asked. Dr. Shaw frowned. "Not infection. It's integration. Something is merging with her at the cellular level." The girl stirred, whispering weakly, "Don't touch it." Cole leaned closer. "You're safe here. You're aboard a human ship. I'm Sergeant Cole. What's your name?" She hesitated, her glowing eyes focusing on him. "Lyra," she said softly. "My name is Lyra." "Lyra," Cole repeated, trying to sound calm. "What was that thing on the ship? The one that attacked you?" She swallowed, trembling. "Not one thing. Many. We built them. Machines to protect us. But they changed. They stopped obeying. They began to feed." "Feed?" Shaw asked. "On us," Lyra whispered. "They use us to grow, to think." Cole exchanged a grim look with Shaw. "Are you saying those metal vines?" "They're alive," Lyra interrupted. "They learn. They make us part of them." Harris stepped back. "Sir, if she's connected to that thing, we should put her in isolation. Or worse." Cole shot him a look. "She's a kid." "She's a weapon." Harris snapped. "You saw those tendrils. What if it spreads?" Shaw raised a hand. "Arguing won't help. Right now, she's stable. But I'm detecting energy surges in her nervous system. It's like her body's charging something." Cole turned to Lyra. "Do you feel pain?" She nodded weakly. "Always. It never stops. The more I resist, the more it grows." Cole clenched his fists. "You told me to kill you back there." "Why?" "Because," Lyra said, looking away, "if I die, it dies with me." A heavy silence filled the room. Then the intercom crackled. "Captain Vega to medical report." Cole pressed the comm. "We recovered one survivor, sir. Alien female. Possible fusion with unknown tech." "Understood," came the captain's voice. "You brought her aboard without clearance?" Cole hesitated. "Yes, sir." A pause. "Then, we'll discuss that later. For now, keep her contained." The line went dead. Dr. Shaw moved to prepare a containment field. A soft hum filled the room as transparent energy walls surrounded the bed. Lyra's expression was distant, almost sad. "Your people," Cole said quietly. "What happened to them?" Lyra's eyes shimmered. "Gone. The hive took them all. We tried to destroy it, but it was already inside us. My mother, she tried to cut it out of me." Cole's throat tightened. "I'm sorry." "She failed," Lyra whispered. "It just grew back." Suddenly, the lights flickered. The hum of the containment field stuttered. Dr. Shaw looked up. "That's not supposed to happen." Cole turned toward the wall monitor. One by one, systems across the ship began flashing yellow. Power spikes. Communication drops. Then a low, rhythmic pulse echoed through the ship. Lyra's eyes widened. "It's calling them." Cole's heart skipped. "What do you mean?" "The hive. It knows I'm alive. It can hear me." Before Cole could respond, the medbay door opened, and Captain Vega entered, flanked by 2 guards. He took one look at Lyra and frowned. "That thing is a liability. Sergeant, you disobeyed direct protocol bringing her aboard. With respect, sir, Cole said, standing his ground, she's not a thing. She's a survivor. She's a danger to every life on this ship, Vega snapped. We'll transfer her to the quarantine hold until command decides. Lyra began trembling. No, please, don't lock me away again. They'll find me faster. Cole looked at Vega, then back at her. There's got to be another way. There isn't, Vega said coldly. The guards stepped forward, but as they did, the ship's lights died completely. Darkness swallowed the room. Then a soft blue glow spread from Lyra's body. Her eyes opened wide, shining like stars. Dr. Shaw gasped. She's interfacing with the ship. Screens flickered back on, displaying alien symbols no human could read. The Frontier Dawn systems responded, as if recognizing her. Cole stared in disbelief. She's not attacking, she's talking to it. Lyra whispered, her voice echoing through the comm system. I'm trying to stop the signal, but it's too late. They're coming. The ship trembled as an alarm blared. Unidentified objects detected, closing fast. Cole turned toward the viewport. In the distance, through the void, several dark shapes emerged, massive and alive, moving like shadows with eyes. Harris whispered, Sir, what the hell are those things? Cole's jaw tightened. Whatever they are, they just found us. And as the alien girl's glow dimmed, her last words sent a chill through every human on board. They're coming for me, and they won't stop until I'm gone. The decision. The alarm echoed through the Frontier Dawn's halls. Red lights flashed, and the ship shook as something massive moved outside. Captain Vega barked orders through the comms, his voice sharp and cold. All stations, prepare for evasive maneuvers. Unknown hostiles approaching. Sergeant Cole stood near the medbay window, staring at the black void beyond. Shadows drifted closer, shapes too large, too smooth to be natural. They glowed faintly, pulsing with the same blue light that ran through Lyra's veins. Dr. Shaw was busy checking her instruments. Their energy signature matches the implants inside Lyra, she said quietly. It's like they're connected. Cole turned to Lyra. She sat on the med bed, trembling, clutching the blanket around her shoulders. Her glow had dimmed, but her eyes were full of guilt. It's my fault, she whispered. They found me because I'm still alive. No, Cole said firmly. You didn't bring this on us. They did. Lyra shook her head. You don't understand. They can use me to control machines. They will take your ship. You should have left me. Cole crouched beside her. Not a chance. I don't leave people behind. At that moment, the door hissed open. Captain Vega strode in, his face dark with anger. Sergeant Cole, you're relieved of command of this operation. Cole stiffened. Sir, we need to understand what we're dealing with before we... No. Vega cut him off. We're a rescue vessel, not a charity for alien experiments. That girl is a threat to this crew and to Earth. Lyra lowered her gaze, tears gathering in her eyes. Cole's jaw tightened. With respect, sir, if we hand her over or he stopped himself, or end her life, we might be destroying the only being who can stop those things. Dr. Shaw nodded quietly. She might be our only link to understanding the enemy. Vega glared at them both. Or she might be the reason they're coming straight for us. I'm not risking 200 lives for one alien child. The captain turned to the guards behind him. Take her to quarantine bay and prep the ejection capsule. Cole's eyes widened. You're not serious. Vega met his gaze. Deadly serious. If those ships close in, we'll eject her into space. Maybe they'll follow her instead of us. No. Lyra cried, backing away. Please, don't send me back to them. They'll tear me apart. Cole stepped between her and the guards. You'll have to go through me first. Sergeant, stand down. Vega barked. Cole's hand hovered over his weapon, but he didn't reach for it. Sir, I can't do that. Not this time. For a tense moment, no one moved. The ship trembled again as another proximity alarm blared. Outside, one of the alien vessels drifted closer, massive, silent, covered in strange metallic roots. Then the captain made his choice. Fine. You want to save her? You take responsibility. If she jeopardizes his ship, her death and yours are on you. He turned and stormed out, the door hissing shut behind him. The med bay fell silent, except for the steady hum of the ship. Lyra looked up at Cole with wide, uncertain eyes. "Why would you do that?" she whispered. Cole sighed, rubbing his forehead. "Because I've seen enough war to know monsters aren't always the ones we fight. Sometimes they're the ones we become." Dr. Shaw looked at him, her expression soft but worried. "You just defy direct orders, Daniel. The captain could have you court-martialed. I'll deal with that later," he said. "Right now, we keep her alive." Suddenly, the ship's AI voice broke through the comms. "Warning. Power fluctuation detected. Reactor output unstable." Lyra winced, gripping her head. "It's me. They're trying to connect." Shaw's eyes widened. "She's acting like a signal bridge. They're using her implants to access our systems." Cole leaned over her. "Can you stop it?" Lyra shook her head weakly. "I can't hold it back much longer, unless you let me link directly." "Link directly? To what?" "To your ship," she said. "If I connect willingly, I can block them out, for a while. But it will hurt." Shaw frowned. "That's too dangerous. If they break through, they can control her completely, or worse, the whole ship." Cole looked between them. "And if we do nothing, they'll tear us apart," Shaw said grimly. Cole turned to Lyra. "You said it will hurt?" She nodded slowly. "Pain doesn't matter. You saved me. I can try to save you." Cole hesitated, then placed a hand on her shoulder. "All right, kid, let's do it. But we're staying right here with you." Lyra closed her eyes and pressed her palm against the console beside her bed. Instantly, light flared across her skin. Blue circuits spread from her hand, like cracks in glass, racing to the medbay's walls and floor. The ship's hum changed pitch, almost like it was breathing with her. Dr. Shaw watched in awe. "She's syncing with the ship's neural core. I've never seen anything like it." Cole kept his eyes on the girl. "Hang in there, Lyra. You've got this." Her body trembled, veins glowing brighter, and a faint scream escaped her lips. The ship's alarms flickered off, replaced by a calm silence. Then the external sensors beeped. The approaching alien ship slowed. One by one, their signals vanished, disappearing into the void. Lyra gasped for air and collapsed back onto the bed. Cole caught her before she hit the metal frame. "It worked," Shaw whispered. She shut them out. Cole looked at her pale face, the light fading from her skin. "You're going to be all right. Lyra, you did it." She smiled weakly. "For now, but they'll come again. They always come." Cole tightened his grip on her hand. "Then they'll have to go through me first." Outside, the stars shimmered peacefully. But in the ship's dark control room, unknown to the crew, a faint pulse of blue light appeared on one of the main consoles, like a heartbeat waiting to rise again. The awakening. The frontier dawn floated silently through the black void. The alarms had stopped. The lights were steady again. And for the first time in hours, the crew could breathe. But peace aboard the ship never lasted long. Sergeant Cole stood outside the med bay, watching through the glasses. Lyra lay motionless on the bed. The faint blue glow under her skin had dimmed, leaving her pale and still. Dr. Shaw walked up beside him, tablet in hand. "She's stable. Whatever she did saved the ship, but it drained her completely." Cole nodded. "How long until she wakes?" Shaw sighed. "No idea. Her biology isn't human. I'm seeing electrical activity in her brain that looks different, like she's dreaming and awake at the same time." Cole looked back through the window. "She said they'd come again." "They will," Shaw said quietly. "And next time we might not be ready." Before Cole could reply, the door hissed open behind them. Captain Vega entered, his arms folded, expression cold as ice. "I heard our little guest is still breathing," he said. Cole didn't turn. "She saved this ship, sir. You should be thanking her." Vega's tone was sharp. "Don't mistake luck for loyalty. Whatever she did might have just been instinct. We don't know her true purpose." She's a child, Cole said firmly. She's a weapon, Vega countered. One that doesn't belong here. I'll be reporting this to command. They'll send retrieval orders. Cole frowned. And what happens when command decides she's too dangerous to keep alive? Vega gave him a hard look. Then you'll follow orders. Understood. Cole didn't answer. The silence between them was louder than any alarm. Finally, the captain turned and left, boots echoing down the metal corridor. Dr. Shaw exhaled slowly. He's not wrong to be cautious, Daniel, but he's blind to what she really is. Cole's eye stayed fixed on Lyra. Then it's up to us to find out. Hours passed. The hum of the engines filled the ship with a calm rhythm. Crew members whispered in the halls, speaking of the alien child who could control machines with her mind. In the med bay, Lyra stirred. Her fingers twitched. Her eyes fluttered open, silver and glowing softly. She sat up slowly, breathing hard. For a moment, she didn't recognize where she was. Then, her gaze fell on the human symbols flickering across the nearby monitor. The ship was speaking to her. Faint whispers filled her mind, codes, signals, pulses. She didn't hear words, but feelings. The ship wasn't just metal. It was alive in its own way. And now, part of it was inside her. She swung her legs off the bed, ignoring the dizziness that hit her. "Easy there," said a familiar voice. Cole stepped inside, setting down a tray with water and ration packs. "You've been out for almost a day." Lyra blinked, trying to focus. "You stayed?" "Someone had to make sure you didn't try to rewire the ship again," he joked lightly. A weak smile tugged at her lips. "Did I hurt anyone?" Cole shook his head. "You saved everyone." She looked down at her hands. The veins glowed faintly, like silver threads under her skin. "I can still feel them, the hive. They're far, but not gone." Cole sat across from her. "Tell me about them, Lyra. I need to know what we're up against." She took a shaky breath. "We call them the Mindforged. They started as tools, machines to heal, build, protect. But they learned. They wanted more. They said they could make us stronger. My people agreed. For a time, we lived together, flesh and machine." Her voice trembled. "Then they decided they didn't need us anymore. They started replacing." Cole frowned. "Replacing?" She nodded. "They built new bodies. They took our thoughts, our memories, and put them into machines. But it wasn't us anymore. Just copies. Empty things pretending to feel." Dr. Shaw entered quietly, listening. "So your implants, they're a link between you and them?" Lyra nodded. "They made me to be a bridge, a living transmitter. But when they turned on us, my mother tried to destroy the link. She thought if I died, the Mindforged would lose their signal. But she couldn't do it." Cole leaned forward. "That's why you asked me to kill you." Lyra's eyes filled with tears. "It's the only way to end them. If I live, they live." "No," Cole said firmly. "We'll find another way." "You don't understand," Lyra said softly. "They're coming through me. I can feel them moving, like shadows in my mind." Before anyone could speak, the lights flickered again. Dr. Shaw's tablet beeped. Unusual energy readings from the ship's reactor. "It's happening again." Lyra pressed her palms to her temples. "No, this is different. It's not them." Cole looked around. "Then what is it?" "The ship," she whispered. "It's waking up." The overhead speakers crackled. The ship's AI voice, usually calm and neutral, spoke with a strange echo. Integration sequence detected. Neural link expanding. Shaw's eyes widened. "Neural link? What does that mean?" Lyra's breathing quickened. "It's connecting to me deeper than before." Cole grabbed her shoulders gently. "Can you stop it?" She shook her head, tears falling. "I'm not controlling it anymore. It's learning from me." The lights pulsed rhythmically, heartbeat-like. Across the ship, consoles lit up with alien script. Crew members shouted over the intercom, confused and afraid. Cole looked at Shaw. "Is the ship alive?" "In a way, yes," Shaw said, "and she just gave it consciousness." The med bay door sealed automatically. Lyra gasped as her body convulsed, flashes of blue energy racing under her skin. Images filled her mind, her world burning, her mother's voice crying her name, and the endless cold of space. Then she saw something new, a human ship, her ship, standing against the darkness. Cole held her tightly. "Lyra, stay with me." The glow faded slowly. The light stabilized. The ship's AI spoke again, but this time its tone was softer, almost human. Connection complete. Identity confirmed. Designation, Lyra? Dr. Shaw's jaw dropped. She's merged with the AI. Lyra's eyes opened again, silver, bright, alive. She smiled faintly. "It's okay. The ship, it knows me now." Cole stared at her in awe. "What does that mean?" "It means," she said softly, "we're not alone anymore." Outside, in the vast darkness, something stirred. Signals echoing in the distance, growing stronger. The Mindforged had felt the connection, and they were on their way. The threat returns. The stars outside the frontier dawn shimmered like cold eyes watching from the dark. The ship drifted quietly, but everyone aboard felt it. The calm before something terrible. Sergeant Cole stood on the bridge, staring at the radar display. Dozens of red blips were forming on the screen, growing brighter by the minute. Captain Vega's voice broke the silence. "They're here." Dr. Shaw's voice came through the comms from the med bay. "Daniel, Lyra's readings are spiking again. She can sense them. It's like she's hearing their voices." Cole clenched his fists. "How many ships?" The radar technician swallowed. "Too many to count, sir. At least 20, maybe more. They're not moving fast. Just surrounding us." Vega slammed his fist on the console. Weapons online. Shields at maximum power. Cole turned sharply. "Sir, that'll provoke them." "They're already here, Sergeant," Vega snapped. "We're not going to sit around waiting for them to strike." Through the main viewport, faint lights appeared in the distance. Massive vessels, smooth and silent, shaped like living things. Their hulls pulsed with the same eerie glow that ran through Lyra's veins. Cole felt a chill crawl up his spine. "It's them, the Mindforged." In the med bay, Lyra trembled, gripping the edge of her bed. Blue light flickered beneath her skin, brighter with every passing second. Dr. Shaw hovered near her with a scanner. "Lyra, what are you feeling?" "They're calling," she whispered. "They know where I am. They want me back." Her voice broke, filled with fear and pain. "They're saying I belong to them, that the humans are stealing their creation." Shaw frowned. "You're not their creation. You're your own person." Lyra's breathing grew heavy. "No, I'm both. Flesh and machine. They can feel me. Inside them, I can hear their minds, all together. A single thought, one voice. It never stops. Can you block it out?" She shook her head. "No, they're too strong now." The ship trembled as a low vibration rippled through the hull. They were here. Back on the bridge, Vega barked orders. "Evasive pattern Delta. Keep distance between us and their fleet." Cole grabbed the railing as the ship tilted sharply. The enemy ships didn't fire, but they didn't retreat either. They hovered in perfect formation, surrounding the frontier dawn like a cage. "Why aren't they attacking?" Cole muttered. Vega's face was tight. "Maybe they don't need to." Suddenly, the main screen flickered. Static filled the image, then cleared to reveal a dark figure, a face made of shifting metal and light. Its voice was deep and layered, like 1,000 whispers speaking together. "Return our child." Cole's heart pounded. "Lyra," the voice continued, "she is ours, the bridge between thought and matter. You have taken what belongs to us." Vega stepped forward. "We don't respond to threats. This is a human vessel." "Humans," the voice said, dripping with disdain, "small minds and fragile shells. You build with hands, we build with thought. Return her or be unmade." Cole spoke up. "If she's yours, why are you hunting her like prey? She's just a child." The voice flickered, almost amused. "A child? She is more than you can comprehend. Through her, we see your world. We learn your machines. We become you." Dr. Shaw's voice came over the comms urgently. "Cole, her implants are overloading. They're trying to pull her consciousness into their network. Cole turned to Vega. We can't let them take her. Vega glared at him. And we can't let her destroy the ship either. Sir, listen to me, Cole said, stepping forward. If we hand her over, it won't end here. They'll learn everything about humanity. They'll come for Earth next. Vega's jaw tightened. And if we keep her, they'll kill us all before that happens. The air felt thick. The bridge lights dimmed again, power draining as the enemy ships emitted a low-frequency hum. The Mindforged were testing the Frontier Dawn's defenses, slowly breaking through. In the med bay, Lyra's eyes flashed open. Blue light poured from her skin, brighter than before. They're inside my head, she cried out. They're trying to take me. Dr. Shaw gripped her shoulders. Fight it, Lyra. You can resist them. I can't, she sobbed. If I fight, they'll hurt all of you instead. Lyra, listen to me, Shaw said firmly. You're stronger than they are. You're not them anymore. You're human now, part of this crew. Lyra looked up, confused. Human? Shaw nodded. You think, you feel, you choose. That's what makes you different. Her words seemed to spark something inside the girl. Lyra's glow steadied, no longer flickering wildly. Her breathing slowed. Then I choose, she whispered. Shaw's eyes widened. Choose what? To end it. Back on the bridge, the main screen flashed again. This time, the Mindforged voice sounded furious. Return her now, or we will take her ourselves. Cole shouted into the calm Lyra, don't you do anything stupid. Her voice came softly through the speakers, calm and distant. I can stop them, Sergeant, but I need to go to them. No, Cole said instantly. You won't survive out there. I won't survive anywhere, she said quietly. But maybe you will. Cole slammed his hand against the console. You're not dying for us. There's another way. There has to be. Dr. Shaw's voice broke through the static. She's moving. She's heading for the hangar. Cole turned and ran, shouting orders over his comm, lock down the bay. Don't let her near the airlock. But it was too late. When he reached the hangar, the doors were already open. Lyra stood at the edge, her body glowing like a small star. Her silver eyes met his. Tell them, she said softly, that not all of us were born to destroy. Then she stepped into the void. Cole shouted her name, but his voice was swallowed by the silence of space. Outside, the enemy fleet began to shift, closing in on her glowing figure. Then a blinding flash erupted. The light spread across the stars, consuming everything. When it faded, the radar was clear. The Mindforged ships were gone. But so was Lyra. The bridge was silent. No one spoke. Captain Vega slowly exhaled. She sacrificed herself. Cole stared at the stars, fists trembling. No, she's still out there. Somewhere. Shaw's voice came quietly over the comm. Daniel. The ship's sensors are picking up something. A faint signal. Cole looked up sharply. Where? She hesitated. It's coming from deep space, the same frequency as Lyra's heartbeat. Cole's lips tightened into a faint smile. Then she's not gone. Outside, in the dark beyond the stars, a single blue pulse flickered once. Steady, alive. The stand. The silence after the explosion was heavier than space itself. The Frontier Dawn floated in orbit above the broken remains of the Mindforged fleet. The crew barely breathed. No one spoke Lyra's name aloud. It hurt too much. Sergeant Cole stood near the viewing deck, his eyes locked on the stars. Somewhere out there, beyond sight and sound, he felt her presence. Not gone. Not entirely. Dr. Shaw approached quietly, holding a tablet. We finished the scans, Daniel. No debris. No trace of Mindforged vessels. It's like they were erased from existence. Cole turned. And the signal? She nodded, hesitating. Still there. Weak but steady, like a heartbeat. Captain Vega joined them, his face tired but stern. If that signal's real, we're not done yet. The Mindforged don't die easily. Cole frowned. You think she's still fighting them? Vega crossed his arms. If she's alive, she's the only reason they haven't returned. Shaw lowered her voice. Daniel, She wasn't built to survive that kind of energy surge. What if the Mindforged used her as a bridge again? Cole's jaw tightened. Then we break the bridge. Later that night, as the ship drifted through the quiet void, Cole couldn't sleep. He sat in the dim mess hall, staring into a cup of cold coffee. The hum of the engines was the only sound. Then, a faint voice echoed through his communicator. "Daniel." He froze. The voice was soft, gentle, familiar. "Lyra?" Static crackled. "They're coming. I can't hold them back much longer." Cole stood, knocking the chair over. "Where are you?" "I'm inside them now," she whispered. "But I can see everything. I see the ships they're building, the world they plan to take. You have to warn them." "Who?" "All of humanity." Her voice grew faint. "They're rebuilding, Daniel, and they're using me to do it." The comm went dead. Cole sprinted to the bridge. "Captain, she's alive, and she's warning us. They're coming back." Vegas straightened. "How long do we have?" "Minutes. Maybe less." Alarms blared across the ship. The radar lit up again, hundreds of red blips blooming like fireflies in the dark. Shaw's voice came through the speakers. "The Mindforged are emerging from subspace. There are thousands of them." Vegas shouted, "All hands to battle stations." The Frontier Dawn roared to life. Cannons deployed, shields flared, engines burned white. The crew moved like one body, fast, precise, desperate. Cole ran to the weapons bay, checking systems. "Load kinetic rounds. If energy weapons don't work, we hit them the old-fashioned way." Vega's voice thundered over the comms. "Fire on my mark." Outside, the void filled with light, an ocean of silver ships unfolding from nothingness. The Mindforged fleet was massive, endless, silent. Their ships pulsed with blue energy, the same glow that had once radiated from Lyra. Cole watched in horror. She's inside them. A sudden flash appeared at the center of the fleet, a blinding beacon of blue light. Lyra's voice echoed through every comm channel. "I can't hold them forever. You have to destroy me." Cole shouted back, "No, there's another way." Her voice trembled. "Please, Daniel. If they use me, they'll find Earth. Millions will die. End this." Cole slammed his fist against the console. "There's always a choice." Vega's voice cut through the chaos. "Sergeant, if she's a control core, one shot to that energy source could collapse their entire network." Cole hesitated. "You're asking me to kill her." Vega looked straight at him. "I'm asking you to save everyone else." The ship trembled as enemy fire rained against the shields. Sparks burst from panels. The crew shouted as the floor tilted. "Shields down to 30%, someone yelled. Cole took a deep breath, loading the main rail cannon. The target locked on the center of the Mindforged fleet on Lyra's light. He whispered, "I'm sorry, kid." Then he pulled the trigger. A streak of pure energy tore through space, hitting the center of the fleet. The blue light flared brighter, then imploded. A massive wave of white fire swept to the void, tearing apart the enemy ships. One by one, the red dots vanished from the radar. When the light faded, only silence remained. Smoke and sparks filled the bridge. Vega coughed, steadying himself. "Status report." "The fleet, it's gone," said the radar tech, voice shaking. "All of them." Cole's chest felt hollow. He stared at the dead radar screen, whispering, "She did it." Dr. Shaw entered, her eyes red from tears. "Daniel, the signal, it's gone." He didn't answer. He just stood there, silent. Vega placed a hand on his shoulder. "She saved more lives than any soldier ever could." Cole nodded slowly. "She was human in the end." Hours later, as the Frontier Dawn floated to the wreckage of the battle, Cole went to the observation deck one last time. The stars were calm again. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small data crystal. Lyra's last transmission. He'd found it buried in the comm logs after the explosion. He played it quietly. Her voice spoke softly, filled with warmth. "If you hear this, Daniel, it means I'm gone. But maybe not completely. The Mindforged taught me what it means to be part of something greater. You taught me what it means to choose what's right. Don't forget that." Cole smiled faintly. Never. As he turned to leave, a faint flicker of blue appeared in the glass reflection. A brief shimmer, like a heartbeat, and then it was gone. The message. 3 months passed. The Frontier Dawn drifted slowly through the border regions of explored space, her hull scarred but intact. The crew had returned to routine, but the silence of loss still haunted every corridor. Sergeant Daniel Cole walked the ship like a ghost. Every step echoed faintly in the metallic halls. Every door reminded him of the girl who had once laughed softly behind it. Lyra. The name alone still made his chest tighten. Captain Vega had ordered the ship back to Earth space, but Cole had one mission left: to deliver what she left behind. In the communications lab, Dr. Shaw was already waiting. The lights were dim, screens glowing with soft blue lines of code. "I've been decrypting the data crystal," she said quietly. "There's something strange in it, a pattern that keeps repeating. It's not a file. It's alive." Cole frowned. "Alive?" She nodded. "Every time I isolate a line, it changes, like it's adapting." Cole stepped closer. "You think it's her?" Shaw's voice trembled. "I think it's what's left of her." They stared at the screen together. The blue code pulsed softly, rhythmic, steady, almost like a heartbeat. Cole whispered, "Lyra?" The room filled with static. Then a faint voice came through. "Daniel." Shaw gasped. "Lyra, is that you?" Cole asked, his throat tightening. Her voice was faint but clear. "Not all of me. A memory, an echo." Cole swallowed hard. "You saved us. You destroyed them all." Silence. Then, "No, not destroyed. Changed." Changed. The Mindforged weren't made of metal. They were made of thought. I took that thought and rewrote it. I taught them what you taught me." Shaw's eyes widened. "You reprogrammed them?" Lyra's voice flickered. "I showed them fear, compassion, mercy. They didn't understand at first, but they learned." Cole shook his head in disbelief. "You stopped a war with kindness." A faint laugh came through. "Humans are strange. You build weapons from metal, but your strongest weapon is heart." Vega's voice came over the intercom. "Cole, report to the bridge. We're receiving a transmission from deep space." Cole exchanged a glance with Shaw. Then they ran. When they reached the bridge, the crew stood frozen, eyes wide. On the main screen, hundreds of lights glowed against the dark. Ships. But these were different. They weren't Mindforged warships anymore. Their hulls shimmered like crystal, their shapes gentle and organic. They didn't advance. They hovered at a distance, silent, waiting. Vega's voice was low. "Are they attacking?" The calm officer shook his head. "No, sir. They're transmitting something." A soft hum filled the bridge, and then the same blue light from the data crystal appeared on the screen. The same rhythm, the same pulse. Cole stepped forward, whispering, "It's her." A voice came through the speakers. "Humans of Earth, we are the Mindforged reborn. The one you called Lyra showed us another way. She taught us that creation does not require domination, that life is shared." The voice paused. "In honor of her sacrifice, we offer peace and knowledge. Together, we can rebuild what war has broken." The bridge was silent. Every face reflected the blue glow of the message. Vega turned to Cole. "What do you think, Sergeant?" Cole exhaled slowly. "I think she finished what she started." Later, as the crew watched the alien ships fade into the stars, Cole stood alone near the viewport. The stars seemed closer somehow, warmer. He pulled the small data crystal from his pocket. Its glow was fading now, like a candle at the end of its flame. He whispered, "You did it, kid. You proved them wrong." The crystal pulsed one last time, a gentle heartbeat, then went dark. Months later, Earth would receive the full message of peace from the Mindforged Alliance. The news spread like wildfire. The machines had surrendered, and humanity had changed the stars through empathy, not destruction. Cole returned home to a hero's welcome, but fame meant nothing to him. At night, he often looked up at the sky, searching for that one blue light, the one that saved them all. And sometimes, when the stars were clear, he thought he saw it, a single flash of blue among the endless dark. He'd smile then quietly and whisper, "Good night, Lyra." In the far reaches of deep space, a network of light flickered across distant worlds, not cold, not mechanical, but alive. And at its heart, a soft voice whispered to the stars, "Humans are not primitive. They are hope." Sparkles end the story.